Hey guys, this is Ben for In the Field Consultants. Today we're going to do a review of the I&J Sickle Mower. If you watched yesterday's video of how we were managing our mature pastures, I kind of touched on it briefly, and we've had some questions about the mower, so I thought I would do a review of it today. I'll show you the mower in action here quickly, and then I'll turn the tractor off so that it's not creating any unnecessary background noise. But we'll switch the view here. So this is the cutter bar. It's a German cutter bar. It's a very unique system in that, unlike traditional sickle bars, it has two sets of teeth. Instead of a single row and then your rock guards, this has two sets of teeth here that then work back and forth against each other like scissors. The advantage of that, I'll turn it on here for you. And here you can see it working. Has a nice smooth action. There's working off of the mower. The advantage, turn that off so we can hear, of the top and lower blade working together is that you can mow considerably faster with this than with the traditional sickle bar mowers. Also, it doesn't clog. I've had it clog maybe twice the whole time I've used it. I've mowed about 100 acres with it now. And it was, really simple. You just lift the bar up and, the grass frees up and you keep on going. But if you have grass that's kind of blowing this way, in the past you'd have trouble where the old mowers would kind of just run under the grass instead of cutting it. With the double action blade, it does cut the grass very well. I'm very happy about that feature of the mower. Basically, I&J buys these German cutter bars from Europe, and everything you see right here comes from Germany, and then all the red, all this from here is made in Lancaster, Pennsylvania by I&J. They specialize in horse-drawn equipment, so the three-point hitch is kind of something they build, but most of this is used for horse-drawn implements. Okay, so the positives of this mower. It takes very little horsepower to run. This is a 9-foot cutter bar, so I can cut as much as most standard disc binds or disc mowers can. We're just basically using a 50 horsepower international tractor, and that's primarily because we have some decent hills we got to climb around here, so I needed a big enough tractor to do that. A smaller, like 30 to 25 horsepower tractor, I think would handle this thing just fine on flat ground. Granted, it had a strong enough three-point hitch to lift the mower setup. I think this weighs somewhere in the 800-pound range, the whole setup altogether. So positives are we got hydraulic lift arm here to raise and lower the mower. It's very simple and easy to maintain all these grease zerks in here. It takes maybe just a few minutes to grease it every day before daily use. Another positive I like is you have your drive belt up here, and it comes right down to the bottom here and just goes straight into the shaft. You don't have a differential or some sort of gear conglomeration that can cause problems, so that keeps it fairly maintenance free. Another thing I really like is that if you break a tooth, which I have, it is very easy to switch the bars. All you do is you see this clip right here comes up and lifts this spring here. There's 6 of these, so you just simply flip this clip up with a screwdriver and then loosen your 2 bolts right up in here, and both bars come out very, very easily. I've had to swap bars a couple times now, and it took 5 minutes, if that, to switch them, which is nice compared to some of the older ones. They were kind of a mechanical nightmare to switch bars, or it took a lot longer than 5 minutes, let's put it that way. So those are the positives, the things I really like about it. We're here in the Shenandoah Valley. The reason I'm using a sickle bar mower, particularly on our farm, is we've got a fair amount of hills back here, and we have a decent amount of rocks in our pastures. And I wanted a mower that I could mow my hay with and also be my bush hog. So the sickle bar kind of set, you fit both of those roles really well, and that we could have one machine that could do everything instead of having two machines paying twice the cost and having one that's sitting around most of the time. So I'm very pleased with how this has worked as far as that goes. Once again, we're trying to not have the largest amount of horsepower on the farm. So if I really wanted to get a big double batwing bush hog, for one thing, that would have cost 10 grand just for the bush hog, and then I would have had to use the biggest tractor on the farm, which I love running that tractor, but it's not gentle on the diesel. So this gives us a way that we can really nimbly get in and clean our pastures up. It'll go a lot of places a bush hog and a big tractor can't. Because of the rocks, I've actually been very surprised and pleased with the durability of this mower. It has done an excellent job as far as staying free of the rocks. And when I have hit a rock, unless it's a blunt force, usually it skips right over it. I have, like I said, broke a few teeth, but that was mainly because I didn't see the rock and I was chugging along and slammed into it at full speed. If it's a blunt hit, you're going to break teeth. If it's kind of just grazes it, usually just rides over it, and there's no worries or concerns. Quickly, here are the things I don't like about the mower. The instruction manual is terrible. Unless you have a little bit of mechanical ability, the manual is extremely confusing. I don't know how much that's to blame for I&J translating from German over to English, or how much is just the manual in general. The Amish made end could have been built a little better, which that's probably the first time I've ever said that in my life, because usually Amish made is pretty good. My biggest gripes are there's several different places where there should have been lock washers and there weren't. The bolt that goes right in here broke within like the first, couple day or two of use. I ended up jerry rigging this little step in here, which is too small. I need to fix this properly here in the next day or two.